Hi. Okay, let me mention a couple things before we start. Welcome back to Deeper Conversations. Whoo, with me, your host Matthew Silvers. Hi, hello, how are ya? If you can't tell, I'm not doing the greatest. I don't know if I'm sick. I don't know what the fuck is going on. In fact, I think it's because Denver's air quality has gone down so much. It has been on Saturday, it was the worst in the world. So that's no bueno, and it's really hard for me. You can tell my sinuses are acting up. I've never had allergies. It's fucking killing me. So not really that fun. Not great. Um, Climate change is real. We gotta fix the world because y'all, this is not it. Floods, tornadoes, like so much shit has gone down in the past couple of weeks, past couple months. It's insane. Let's see. Next, I want to how do I say this correctly? It's not because of the guests, it's because of me. If you listen to the last two podcasts, I'm not proud of them. I'm not proud of the things that I talked about. It wasn't the direction I wanted it to go, and I failed myself. But that's okay. We win some, we lose some, we fail, we get back up. I look like shit. Like I said, if you're watching, if you're just listening, hi, hello, how are ya? Um, but today I'm going to do kind of a quick podcast because I'm feeling a little bit down, see how far it goes. I asked my Instagram story to ask me questions uh, to answer for Q&A. Were there a lot? No. But am I going to answer the ones that are on there? Yes. And then I might give you guys a little bit of update of my life. Um, it's been almost a month since my birthday. Um, and so yeah, so we can just get right into it. So I think most of these are serious. There's like one that's not, maybe, I don't know. It says, oh my god, what type of underwear do you wear and why? The world needs to know. um Listen, I would like to buy a brief. If you have seen my Instagram story, I only have two jock straps, but I love them. I'm obsessed with them, and I want more really badly. um Other than that, I wear boxer briefs. Like right now, I'm wearing Calvins, like black Calvins. Um, yeah, that's about it. I'm like an in between bitch. I'm a boxer brief bitch. Love jock straps, like I said. Want to get more into briefs. I think underwear is very sexy. If we go that far, if underwear is a fetish, I feel like I probably have it. I think underwear is very attractive on other people. I love the way I look in it. Period. So, um, why? I just feel sexy in them. I feel sexy in the underwear that I choose. I think it's really important. Um, I have some Calvins. I have one from like AliExpress, which is where the leather jock strap is from. I just went to my first ever sex shop this past week and I bought mesh shorts that you can see through, which is a whole different kind of thing. Very crazy. No Andrew Christian. I do not at the moment support Andrew Christian. I don't think he's doing great things. Um, he has all the opportunity in the world to flip that around. We shall see as time goes by. T. Huh. Okay. What is one thing recently that made you smile or bust up laughing? I went to go see. I went to go see the Jungle Cruise by myself in the 4DX theater, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like 3D plus like water and smoke, and you're basically not in a roller coaster seat because I don't want it to seem like it's uncomfortable. It's not. But that you have water. Did I say that already? Fans. This one had like scents, which was crazy. You guys remember seeing like the second Spy Kids, third Spy Kids, fourth Spy Kids, one of those movies that was like a scratch and sniff cart? It was so weird. I saw that in the theater, throwback. But that was really funny. I had really good moments. I had really good moments this past week that I'm going to cherish for a really long time. My whole life, my entire life. Um, that recently made you smile. Yeah, I've hung out with really good people this week, and I'm very grateful for that. Also, well, I guess I can tell you about my life in these questions as well. I was applying for jobs. I need a new job. If you don't know what I do, I have a lot of jobs. I have like eight job titles, but I am a real estate agent, but I don't have my own clients. It's not something that I have enjoyed doing. All I've been doing is showing other homes for other people for quick cash. And I mean, if I maybe put my time and effort into it, could I get my own clients? Probably, but it's just not something that I aspire to do. And I don't have the safety net that it would take to take the time off of all the other jobs to just like sit here and like start cold calling, cold knocking on doors, cold emailing, et cetera, et cetera. So I've been looking for new jobs and I was denied from one on Thursday, turned around immediately, it was like, well, fuck, like I need a new job. So I applied for a job as a server at this restaurant in Denver. Immediately, it said they were urgently hiring, asked me to book a time. I went in the following day at 2:30 or 2 o'clock, whatever. Sat down. Me and this manager were vibing. I've never really had a traditional serving experience. And I got hired on the spot. So you know what? And that made me smile, obviously, because I no longer have to sit in my car for 10 to 12 hours a day door dashing. Yes, I'm not over exaggerating. That's literally how long I did it. And I've done it for over a year, sustaining myself, which is absolutely insane. But I'm very excited to do like traditional serving. I've always wanted to put my hand in the ring. I always wanted to go in and do it. Yes, I do need sleep, by the way. I am yawning like nobody's business. But yeah, I'm very excited to try my hand at it. I'm not too worried. I know I'm gonna do really well. Um, yeah. And listen, it is very possible to get a serving job without serving experience. You just gotta really, really push hard, y'all. Really push hard. I think it also probably has to do with where you are. Floridians suck ass. They don't want to hire a single person. Granted, that was also during the pandemic. So, I applied for 32 serving jobs. I had 2 interviews. The 2 interviews never called me back and never told me anything because I did try to follow up via phone as well. So, girl, we out here living our best lives, getting a serving job without traditional serving experience. I've had some serving experience. I use DoorDash for sure. Like I'm always like holding a lot of items and the customer service I have in other job areas, Disney, Panera Bread, Five Guys, etc. But like holding shit and things like that experience came from door dashing for the past year. Like I've had to carry a bunch of things and like master the art of like carrying a bunch of things. As well as at Top Golf, when I did golf services, I was a shift lead, and I think they trusted me the most when I was on staff, to leave my other peeps doing what they were doing. And the kitchen was on the first floor, and they would pull me occasionally to go do traditional serving, and I would have to take that tray either to the first floor, the second floor, or the third floor, which, if you know how stairs work, that is 6 flights of stairs. That is 6 flights of stairs with a very heavy tray. So, yeah, so I have not had traditional serving experience, but here and there I've gotten a little bit. With everything that's going on, how's your head? I hope you get the reference. I don't get the reference. Um, Bro, I post a lot of stuff on TikTok, on Instagram, on all the other social media platforms that I don't get the reference. Um, but I'm tipsy right now. Well, not tipsy right now. I was tipsy last night and woke up with a hangover, which I think is also what this is. It's just lasting really long. I think I have really everlasting hangovers, and I gotta figure out what my tolerance of alcohol is. Because, girl, this is rough. The first night and the second night, though, I don't know if it was because I don't know what it was, but the first night I ever had alcohol was like perfect. I had 4 shots and it was perfect. Within 3 hours, it was great. And then the second time I went out, I had like 2 lemon drops and a shot of tequila. And again, that felt really good. We were out really late and I just like passed out with both of those times. But I went and I got drunk the other week, and that was bad. I mean, I've only had one other hangover, but that was like the worst. It was so bad. I threw up. It was so nasty. And like I didn't throw up last night, but girl, I don't know what is going on. Again, I think it has something to do with like the air outside and acclimating to society again and germs and the apartment temperature. Like I can't feel it out of what I need it to be at. So it's a little bit rough. My head is okay. I've been taking ibuprofen. I took some emergency. I've been drinking as much water as I hopefully can get in my system. Great. I think I'm still very much dehydrated. So a bitch is going to need to chug some water after this. Where's the one place you can't wait to travel to if there was no pandemic? Um, I have a couple, mainly Paris. I was supposed to be in Paris like the month that COVID started. I was going with my family. And I've been dying to go to Paris. I love Paris. I'm a city bitch. I am very much a tourist bitch. Like, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to London. I want to go, I would like to go to Australia. I would like to visit. I'm Italian as fuck, if you can't tell. I would love to visit like Milan and Prague and go to the Italian Riviera. So I have a lot, but definitely Paris. I've been missing the love of my life, New York City, as well. Um, and so, yeah, that's my answer for that one. Let's see what the next one is. What's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life? Um, so this podcast is like a little like I that's the last question I have. Again, I didn't get a lot of questions, but I can tell a little bit about my story since I feel like my very first podcast wasn't very telling. So I'm 21. I just turned 21 less than a month ago. I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. I was born in the year 2000. I know, shocking, crazy. Um, I graduated high school at 16. I graduated college at 19. Um, I came out. If you didn't see that, and that's what I'm getting at. I think the hardest thing for me has been one, I mean, the self-love journey and finding yourself, or finding your self-worth, I should say, has been very difficult. It's been a very emotional roller coaster. And moving to Denver was a great ass decision, and it hasn't come without its, downsides. Getting kicked out of my old apartment 3 months in, uh, crying on Halloween because I didn't have anybody. A lot of lonely nights, a lot of overcompensating with maybe bad habits, um, a lot of, ups and downs and phone calls and new jobs and old jobs and trying to keep up with my social life and social media life and trying to find out what I, may want to do. Because like, I mean, again, this isn't, everyone kind of has to go through it, but like for me, like I'm doing it so early. People graduate college around like 22, 23, and here I am finishing college at 19, having to like really get into it. So it's been interesting. Having adult money is interesting. uh it's fun to have, hard to keep. But you know what, your money's your money, might as well fucking spend it, you're gonna die anyway. But the hardest thing I think I've had to do so far is really letting go of my family and like really putting energy into the people in my life that are going to be there and change my life for the better and be positive lights. And I think I'm, not near done, but I've at least gone through the process of like getting rid of them and like doing that whole thing. And if you haven't seen my Severino Snake series on my YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. It's like my expose on my family, receipts and things that I went through. And I really love it. I really love it a lot. Um, So, that was hard. I have like 60 people on my mom's side alone. My dad's side is huge. I've met a couple of them, but I really don't. I've never really spoken to my father's side of his family. But my mother's side, we grew up together. We birthdays and weddings and celebrate every fucking Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and like I said, birthdays, et cetera, et cetera. Spent all of that together. And there's about 60 of us. I have 32 cousins on my mom's side alone. And then you have to account for aunts and uncles, um, and my grandparents. And so losing all of them, I talked to one of my sisters. I talked to my fun aunt, my cool aunt, and I talked to my gay cousin, and that's basically it. So 3 out of 60. If you can count my entire aunt's family, which I do, it's a little bit more, uh, but just still like the ratio is kind of sad. And I was talking to my other sister like every fucking day, and then we got into a fight, and I think she needs to be on her own right now. Maybe, I don't know. She needs to check herself on the things that she says and the things that she does. Um, it's just that's been a little bit difficult is losing a sister. I had to lose my parents and losing my sister at a different time. Like if it had happened at the same time, maybe. But the fact that like it was like 9, 10 months into me like being out here alone and like figuring myself out, and cutting them out, and then to having to lose another person again, who obviously I talk to every fucking day, super close to, wasn't good. It wasn't fun. And she never called me. We got into a fight about gun reform. And I texted her the next day. I was like, whenever you're like I've cooled down, whenever you're okay to talk, let's talk. It's been 5, 6 months and I haven't heard a thing. She's tried to send me things, like a couple of things. Like she's probably texted me like 4 times. But jokes, nothing more, nothing less, just jokes. And then one serious, she did text me about one serious thing that like I didn't even want to give a response to, but I was talking to a friend and she was like, you should probably just at least respond with a yes or no. And I was like, okay. And then she tried to involve me in it. And I was like, I don't want any part of this. Like, no, thank you. Um, yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird to think like that there's 3 siblings. I have 2 sisters. And out of all 3 of them, I just happen to be the most adult. I just do. And it's just so weird. It's weird to see and think about. Um, yeah. And it just sucks because I was there for her cancer journey. I was there the day she got diagnosed. And I was like sobbing. And so, like, to be now not talking to her is like really, really fucking emotional because, like, we were so bonded. We called each other like 3 fucking times every day, and would talk like 30 minutes to 2 to 3 hours. Like, so for her not to like, and the thing is, like, I didn't respond to those jokes. I'm not going to respond to those jokes. It's something my parents used to do, my mom specifically. You get in a fight, you walk out the door, you come back a couple hours later, like 2, maybe less, maybe an hour after getting a McFlurry or going to Walmart, no joke, coming back, going to bed, waking up, and never speaking about it again. That's not healthy. That's not being a good adult. That's not being a healthy adult. That's not being a proactive adult. Um, you should never, and I mean never, first of all, go to bed angry, and two, not talk about the things that made you angry, at least, and talking it through like adults. And so for her not to, and then for her to, because I've told her these stories, I've told her these things. Um, and she just tried to ignore it. She tried to send jokes, like I said. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I mean, gaslit. Like that's so fucked up. So I think it's just been a really emotional roller coaster for me, and like the shit with my family and the shit with the jobs and the fucking natural disasters that are happening in the world, like including the skies, and like my body is doing something weird right now. Um, so not super fun. Um, but change is good, and I accept change, and I am 1,000% okay with change. So here's to life, here's to change. And yeah, so having to really step back and lose the people in my life that you think care about you, and they really don't. There's a huge difference between them saying it and living it and being unconditional about it. um so I hope you get a little bit out of this podcast. I don't know what it is, but this little 30-40 minute podcast. Uh yeah, yeah. So I love you. I'm a little out of it. You can tell it's pretty apparent. But I like these, I like the soft podcasts as much as the guest podcasts. But yeah, I'm off social media right now. The only thing I'm really producing are these podcasts. Everything else is literally pre-done stuff. Um, like pre-planned stuff, like on my TikTok. So I'll be off social media for a while, but I love you guys. Well, except for these, like I said, I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day, a great Wednesday, or whenever you're listening to this. I love you. Um, and you have a great freaking day, and I will see you next week.